This is the 2024 Land Rover Discovery. Is it the best luxury mid-size SUV? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Land Rover of Shreveport right here in the showroom. And we're going to talk about exactly what you can expect to find if this is something you want to potentially buy or simply learn about. It definitely has a lot of great features. If you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link that's in the description of the video to the Land Rover of Shreveport website, and that way you can get started on potentially buying this model. This Land Rover Discovery is best described as having a great balance of very strong, or above average we could say, off-road capabilities, no matter what non-owners say in the comments section. But that balances out with a comfortable ride quality. Premium LED headlights and signature LED daytime running lights, accented down here on the lower portion of the bumper with the LED fog lights. Obviously with the sensors here, you know there's a lot of great safety features as far as parking sensors and a whole lot more. And when you see this, a little kind of a square right there, those are the high pressure headlight washers. That's going to be part of the cold climate package, which is going to also include a heated windshield, among a few other features. And how about your side view mirrors? You're going to have the gloss black mirror caps, turn signal indicators built in. You can see that the cameras are down there, and we'll take a look at all of the different cameras on this model later in the video. And between the gloss black and a few different areas, very well placed, you also have the Fuji white exterior color roof rails up there on the top. And even though it's not open, we do have a sunroof right here. I will move the shade back in just a little bit. And a very nice look, very clean back here as we look at the rear roof spoiler, the shark fin antenna up there. You'll notice that you have a very clean look back here with the rear window because there's no rear window wiper exposed. It doesn't mean there isn't one here, but it's concealed away in this area. And as we finish things off with the LED tail lights, one more thing that is a big benefit here is that the towing numbers are very impressive, up to 8,200 pounds. Under the hood to motivate this all-wheel drive model to get down the road is the 3-liter 6-cylinder. It makes 355 horsepower, 369 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. How about tire and wheel size? I don't know how well you can see it down there, but we're going to have 285 on the width, all the way across here, a 40 series sidewall. And for those who may question it, hopefully you can see the 22 right here, because these are 22-inch wheels. And how about those all-important MPGs? Well, here's what they are: 17 city, 23 highway, 19 combined, and 5.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And I gave you the gas mileage numbers. Well, how much gas can this model hold? You'll see that you have your traditional gas cap right here. It's not going to be the capless fuel fill, and the gas tank will hold 23.8 gallons of fuel. And how about cargo capacity? Well, let's find the button here and we'll let you know if we can get that to open up. 9.1 to 74.3 cubic feet of cargo capacity. And there are a few things here to talk about. Number one, there is a third row. You can see that by the seat belts right here, but there's all the materials and everything right here. I'm not going to move all of that out of the way, but you know what's there, I think, as far as that goes. Now, we do have what's called the split tailgate right here. And I told you that we have the split tailgate here, so you have this extra area right here that can be used as a seat or a multitude of other things. It can also make it easier to load things and unload things. You do have the air suspension back here, by the way. They can raise or lower the vehicle back here in this area, so you can probably see that raising up right there. See if I can give you a live view of that. A little bit harder to do when we're filming like this when I'm holding the camera, but now we can drop that down and I'll show you how that works. So hopefully you can see the vehicle lowering. I don't know how easy that is to do from this particular angle, but once I lower it, I can show you what it looks like. So a couple of different options there depending on your situation and or needs. Obviously, you can lower all of the seats. As you can see right here, I just use the controls right here to do that. That makes things very simple. You do have the cargo cover right there, which by the way is removable, so don't worry about that if you're saying, well, you know what, there's things I might want to haul back here, but that cargo cover is going to be in the way. Very easy to deal with as far as that's concerned. And you can see the seats folded down right here. And one other thing I like here is that you'll notice I'm not touching anything with these seats coming back up into their upright position. So you don't have to just hold those buttons down like that. There are vehicles out there, full-size SUVs and even mid-size, where you do have to hold those buttons down, but that is not the case here. And obviously everything over here, including a 12-volt power outlet. You can see all of your different controls here for raising and lowering those seats, and the split tailgate as well as the air suspension. And one more thing about configurability with these rear seats. If you need to create a pass-through, you can drop the headrest right there, and there's a button right here that you can push, and that allows you to lower the seat back here for the middle seat. There's your pass-through. So a few different options there for configurability. Cup holders built into the fold-down armrest. And let's take a step back here and we'll take a look at the door panel. Let's see how comfortable that is. I'm gonna put my arm up there. It seems pretty comfortable. Can't leave my arm up there for too long, but when you press on it like this, that often doesn't do the job of letting you know whether it's comfortable or not. But putting your arm up there seems to get it done and say, yeah, I think it is. The door bin right here is fairly deep. That's a good thing, and quite a bit of space here in the rear seating area. You can see what we have up here with a few different features. You've got the air conditioning vents. There's some lighting up here. As you can see, there's how you're going to turn that on and off. And then we have the rear seat pockets right here. Now there's no screens or anything in here, but there could be, obviously. You can plug in right here and everything's ready to go. And then here with the rear of the center console, we have the controls for controlling the third zone of climate control. So you can control fan speed, temperature, all that good stuff. There's your air conditioning vents on the rear of the center console, and then a couple of USB options down there and a 12-volt power outlet. And from this angle, it's a little bit easier to show you the portion of the sunroof that I showed you earlier, but you also have a sunroof in the rear. Not really what I would call a panoramic sunroof, but you do have the front and rear versions or areas. Both have power shades to keep the sun from coming into the interior when so desired on those really hot sunny days. And two questions to answer. What does the remote look like? Well, there you go. You can see what you have where that's concerned. And what about the sticker price? Some of you are saying, well, Tom, if this is the best luxury mid-size SUV, three-row SUV, what is it going to cost me if I come to Land Rover of Shreveport and buy it? $88,868 is the price. Let's see what else you get beyond what we've already looked at. We'll take a look here with the front door panel, a little bit more space, plenty of room, very comfortable armrest again, but the larger door bin option found here in the front. And we'll find the power adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. And then we'll also have the ability to use the upper glove box, or down here we can use the lower glove box. There is quite a bit in the way of storage here. Also another hanger right there for bags. That is going to make things nice and simplistic. Let's hop in here into the front seat area. Take a quick look at what we have here. You can conceal away the cup holders if so desired. Give it a nice clean look here, as you can see. And then we also have our shifter. Here's the control for the radio, the knob basically. Not in the conventional spot up here in this area, but it does keep things nice and clean. Now the good thing you'll notice right here is you have physical controls for the air conditioning, just like we do in the rear seating area. And right here is your drive mode selector. We'll look at that a little more closely when we hop into the driver's seat, but you'll also find plenty of space within the center console. One little area right here, but there's a couple, excuse me for slamming that, sorry about that. We'll go in a little bit deeper here and not slam it a second time. Now the center console can be used a couple of different ways, as a traditional console or also as a refrigerator. So that is the refrigerated console, and some USB connectivity. Let's see. There, we'll close it very carefully. In fact, so carefully I almost didn't lock it. Wireless charging in this area up here, and another USB option. And when it comes to the driver's side door, well, we'll have a lot of the same features we saw on the passenger side, but a few extras as well, including seat memory. We'll also have the controls for your power adjustable side view mirrors and all 4 windows right here. Again, we're going to have another power seat on the driver's side as we had on the passenger side. And you do have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. It's power adjustable. The control is going to be over here on the right-hand side. And I'm going to fire this up real quick just because the battery's kind of low. And so we're going to make quick use of this here in the showroom so we don't keep it running for too long, but you can see your digital instrument cluster. It has the analog gauges, but you also have a digital speedometer there. And depending on what you do with the transmission, well, obviously you'll see things change right there on the right-hand side. And that's one thing I really like about what we have right here with this particular style of shifter is the fact that it fits your hand really well, at least mine. I don't have a huge hand, but that does seem to do the job for me. And we have ventilated and heated seats for not only the driver, but also for the passenger. We didn't talk about that earlier because, well, I couldn't show it to you, so it's easier to do that here. And the good thing is you can pull right there to change the fan speed, and that makes things different. Helps out as far as, maybe I shouldn't say different, but that helps to adjust your fan speed and make things work appropriately as far as what your desire is. And the controls here on the steering wheel, your steering wheel mounted controls, as well as everything for controlling the headlights, your fog lights, and even those things that blink on the exterior of the vehicle to let people around you know what you're doing when you're driving down the road and what your intentions are. Some of you might be saying, wait a minute, what are you talking about, Tom? My vehicle doesn't have that. Well, it probably does, and you just don't know about it. Well, not probably, but anyway, got to give you something to laugh at in the video. And here's the control for your front and rear window wipers, something I can't really say anything funny or sarcastic about. And you notice that flickering effect. We talked about that earlier, or maybe I don't know if I did in this video or not, but that happens because of my camera. It's not really happening, but what that shows you is these are actually lit as far as your steering wheel mounted controls go, and we'll probably get some interesting comments on that, but I'm going to leave it in there anyway. And you have your shifter paddles right here. Now the 11.4-inch Pivi Pro infotainment screen is chocked full of features and functionality, and yet it's super simple to use. I really like how easy it is to deal with. You have your camera views right here all over the vehicle. There is nothing around the vehicle you can't see, so that's very helpful. You can see that we can zoom in. We can see with a 360-degree view. It's literally everywhere, and depending on what you need to see here, there's a couple of different ways that you can work your way around the vehicle. If you need a view from right here, you can see it. How about these other options right here? I know this isn't typically what you're going to be seeing, but since we have this model parked here in the showroom at Land Rover of Shreveport, well, that's what we have to work with. Very simple to deal with, that's for sure. In fact, let me go back and show you one more thing here. You do have the off-road camera, and that's going to let you see in front of you. Like I said, this has above average off-roading capabilities. Also towing, so if you need to hitch up to a trailer, you can easily do that. We talked about the towing numbers being over 8,000 pounds earlier in the video. Pretty impressive numbers, that's for sure. And we'll go here into settings to show you what all is here. As far as your screen goes, we can go to audio, we can go to all, and going here to vehicle is going to give you a few different things to look at as far as, well, depending on what you might want to do. Driver assistance is going to be here. You can see what's there as far as some of those features go. There's so much here, I think I could do just one video on the infotainment screen all by itself. Now, one thing I do want to do here also, let's talk a little bit more about driving modes. You have hill start assist and hill descent control, as you can see here. And if you want the vehicle to select the appropriate driving mode, well, there's what you do. You just push that down, or you can go through and change the driving mode yourself. You can see what you have there. There is going to be eco mode. You have comfort mode. Several different modes to actually choose from depending on what your situation is. And you can see the graphics change a little bit according to what you're using. So depending on your situation, there is what you have. And the thing, again, that I like here is that you don't have to go into your infotainment screen to adjust things with the air conditioner. So tell me what you think about the 2024 Land Rover Discovery. Is it the best luxury mid-size SUV? And maybe I should throw 3-row in there. It definitely has a lot going for it. Tell me what your thoughts are. And if you plan to buy a Land Rover Discovery for 2024, tell me about how you plan to spec it out. What trim level do you want? Tell me all the particulars. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Land Rover of Shreveport for loaning me this model for the day, or at least giving me access to it here in the showroom. Kind of easy to deal with. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button, as that helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel if you haven't done so just yet. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.